Hey Brick Maniacs, welcome back to another Monday SitRep. We got another Blackhawk back in action today, being on restock pre-order. It is going to be eligible for that drop day code if you want to use it today only. So make sure to check that out as we dive in here and take a little closer look at the review. We also got the ACAV crew pack back in action. And then remember, we also have 20% off all instruction books and magazines through Thursday as well. We got a lot to take a look at, so let's dive on in. So here it is, the U.S. Army Blackhawk back on a restock pre-order and eligible for that drop day discount code for today only. Let's take a little closer look. Okay, I feel like we just did this, but that's okay because Blackhawk helicopters are awesome and we get to take a look at all of these variants. Sliding doors, check. Opening pilot doors, check. Window mounted brick arms, check. Folding tail boom, check. Top rotors fold for storage, check. Interior details with space for a crew, check in, check. 4 minifigure crew with this one, so let's take a look there. All right, and somebody's got to fly this thing, so I got our crew showcased here. As you can see, I've got some of the custom elements removed, so you can check out some of the face artwork and see some of the variants in this 4 minifig crew we've got going on here. Otherwise, love the custom elements. Obviously, they add that next level of detail that makes this crew look like a specific Blackhawk crew. And then the uniforms, you can tell we're kind of from our after upgraded era of printing, so some nice fine line work there. And just really, really sharp minifigs all around. All 4 of them that you see here are what you get, and obviously those extra accessories sitting on the turntable as well. But all in all, a super solid kit and perfect for someone looking to collect something a little bit more generic and not tied to a specific conflict. Next up is the Dicker Max, which I believe we've taken a closer look at the prototype physical model, but I don't think we've actually seen it in its completed form with all of its printing and whatnot going on here. So let's take a little closer look. Okay, so I really haven't had a chance to take a look at this thing since it was in prototype phase either. So we'll be doing this together. You can see we got the printing along the side of the hull there, if you will, and then those kill count marks, details along the barrel, and then obviously that iconic looking muzzle brake. You can see I got it kind of set up right now to showcase the depression capabilities of that gun, because obviously that's one of the iconic features. Road wheel printing and simulated suspension all across this thing. From head on there you can see that viewport artwork, as well as the additional printed elements duplicated on this side. I have done some building on this kit, and I gotta say, the way this entire top structure comes together, really, really well done. Cool to see how we keep the functions in there, while capturing all of those intricate angles, and then just not making it too frustrating of a build in general, because the way those plates come together could be very, very complicated, and thankfully for this one, it still definitely takes some advanced building skill, but it's much more doable than something that is just kind of more conceptualized or digital than something that's actually here in physical form. So this holds together nicely and does come together well as well. And you can see how when you adjust that barrel, the breech continues to move back in here as well. Got those sights. Let's take a look at our minifigure. And here is our Dicker Max Commander. You can see we've got some updated torso and leg artwork going on here compared to previous Panzer crewmen or commanders. And then we also have that awesome custom created and UV printed headgear going on there. So nice, simple, clean design, but obviously in that intimidating black and a sharp looking figure all around. All in all, a super solid build, a nice kit. I mean, this thing is literally a brick, so it definitely passes the durability test. That said, it's a rather unique vehicle, and so it's always hard to tell how exactly many batches this kit will get. It's already gone through its initial release. It's back this time. Beyond that, I don't know if anything is guaranteed. This could be one that you see in the vault fairly quick, so if it's on your list, especially around the holidays this year, make sure you pull the trigger. And before we jump into Minifig Monday, I just want to take a quicker look at one of these restocks we have back here today as well. This is the Japanese staff car, complete with officer minifigure, as you can see standing next to it there. And I want to just give this kit a quick showcase here because obviously the holidays are right around the corner. We're already seeing those shipping deadlines being posted by the various package carriers. And so we're trying to make sure we've got some of the smaller kits, etc., in our lineup right now that make excellent gifts around this time of year. And I'd say that this is definitely one of them. This is a really nice update that does actually include a minifigure this time around. You can see we've got all printed details on this kit in general, and then that minifigure is obviously quite an addition to this as well with that custom created headgear. You can see those grills and the flag and everything printed onto this kit, so it's a real sharp looking thing. He does include all of those accessories you see there, so that headgear, pistol, and the katana as well, and then obviously you get the build behind it. So a nice little bundle, an excellent kit that can be quickly integrated into a variety of mocks, or just makes for a nice collection piece if World War II is your thing. But like I said, it is indeed Minifig Monday, so I've got some highlights here pulled for us to take a little closer look at. So let's check out some minifigs. First up here on the rundown is John Basilone, which if you are not familiar with either the iconic propaganda poster or the story of the man behind it, I highly recommend looking into it and learning a little bit about it, because it is a pretty incredible story through and through. But as for the minifigure itself here, I do want to say too, it does come with that perfect caliber Brick Arms MG. You do actually get everything you need to build the tripod and everything for the MG itself. But if you're familiar with the poster, like I said previously, this would have been kind of the pose, or as close as you can get in minifig form anyways, that we would have been trying to replicate and kind of showcase there. So a nice complete set, very clean looking figure. You'll notice that the bullet strand over the shoulder and then coming down on the other side of the chest, that is actually meant to kind of replicate what it would look like if he had it actually feeding into the gun itself. So it is kind of supposed to play off the art there a little bit. But like I said, you do also get those Brick Arms pieces that you need to complete that build, so you can kind of customize it to your own liking, however you want to put this guy together. But like I said, a nice showcase, good clean lines, good artwork, and all in all, just a really cool piece of history. Moving on now to Joan of Arc, and whoo boy, is there a lot to get to with this figure. This is one of the most involved, one of the most premium figures that we have definitely released this year when it comes to the combination of custom elements, a never before seen before perfect caliber, obviously that banner, and then just the artwork itself on the figure. Super detailed and incredible, and not exactly our typical wheelhouse for this kind of stuff. So I'm going to take a little time here and dive on into it so we can get a better look at it. But here you see the figure in its completion with that banner and whatnot kind of tucked behind that custom armor plate to get that kind of flowy feel to it, however you guys want to display it. The initial piece of fabric, paper, what have you, will be a little stiffer when you get it out of your minifig package, but if you work it a little bit, it'll get some flow to it, and obviously you get that awesome looking cross emblem on top of that bar connection there, the perfect caliber Brick Arms sword, all the custom armor and everything else. So I'm going to strip off some layers here, and let's check out some of the underneath artwork. All right, and here we have our minifig a little bit more disassembled, showcasing the accessories as well as the artwork on the minifig itself underneath. As you can see, there were no corners cut on this bad boy when it came to getting it printed underneath the actual suit of plate armor itself. Lots and lots of details. The legs are obviously the most visual portion of that, but as you can see on the back, chest, arms, etc., just to continue to get that real chainmail look underneath, and then everything up into the head artwork itself, just integrates really nicely with the rest of this figure. I mean, there's literally just no complaints that I've got about the way this came together. It took a lot of critical thinking about how we were going to have these other elements integrate. Being able to add that fabric accessory, the cross, etc., was not exactly an easy task to land on, but it was something that when it comes together, as you can see, just really creates a very premium looking minifigure. And it's kind of fun to have those minifigs every once in a while that require a little bit more building or offer that customization. They're obviously a little bit easier to integrate into mocks. I'm not 100% sure, how many Joan of Arc mocks are out there, but you can just tell, if we ever were to continue some sort of medieval lineup, etc., there would be some cool potential there for the various accessories and whatnot that we've got already showcased in this figure here. And then I love that banner, just excellent artwork by Slam. He was able to put that in there, add the Lego aesthetic to it, and it just came together really nice. So all in all, an incredibly premium fig, not one that is restocked very often whatsoever, because it is a heck of an undertaking for not only our UV department, but 3D print and everything else, right down to paper print with those flags. So it really is an all hands on deck minifigure. So like I said, not back too terribly often, but maybe somebody who's not necessarily into the military side of things, but could appreciate a Joan of Arc minifigure. Once again, an excellent gift idea with the holidays around the corner here. So there you have it, back in action and ready to be picked up. And then last, but certainly not least, my favorite minifig pack of all time. This is the ACAV Crew Pack, back just in time for the holidays. Sorry, I'm a little off center here. But like I said, these guys are my absolute favorite. A little bit older artwork because they've been around for a while. They do not come with those perfect calibers that I've got showcased there. Those were ones that that I picked up for my pack, because you should too. And to be totally honest, if you don't have this pack yet, just go pick it up. It is absolutely awesome. Even if you're not a Vietnam collector or interested in the era, the personality, everything that is packed into this, the variants and gear, the way it all integrates. I mean, this literally, it looks like a vehicle crew straight out of the Vietnam War. And I think it's really cool to see the amount of personality that was able to be injected into kind of each one of these figures. You can already think of the storylines, the personalities behind these figures if you're, obviously playing with them. Otherwise, for a mock potential, if you're trying to create something with some variety or that showcases just kind of the random assortment of gear, the various looks, if you will, that soldiers had during this time, this pack captures it perfectly. I mean, it just hits every little mark that you'd want to see. And then if you integrate it with the I think it's V3 grunts, the most recent ones that we've released as well, they really don't stand that much out, because they all work together, even with kind of those differences in the printer technology and the line work, etc. They still look good next to each other. And then obviously, if you're working with our digital instructions and building things from the Vietnam era and you need a crew, look no further, because this is definitely one that, even without the perfect calibers, you can have them set up in a vehicle. Otherwise, as you can see, I like to hook my premium figures up with premium weaponry. That's just the way it should be done. So pick up the ACAV crew pack if you haven't, and if you have, tell other people just how awesome it is, because like I said, this is hands down my favorite crew pack we've ever released. All right, that'll just about do it for me. Once again, you can use that promo code DROPDAY if you're getting in on that Blackhawk restock pre-order. Otherwise, it's 20% off instruction books and magazines in stores and online through Thursday. And stay tuned this week as we prepare for another Wednesday drop. That'll do it for me here. Thank you very much for watching.